All right, let's talk about the Utah Jazz, who got a very, very easy win. The Hornets are bad. The Hornets are terrible. The Hornets are a disgrace. It's the Hoops Nerd Utah Jazz postgame show. Let's talk about it. Guys, before we get into this, let's just give a shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com, use promo code HoopsNerd, and they will match up to $100 for your first set of props. Go do it. It's a blast. I enjoy it, especially when I win. It's like when you win, there's nothing better. Go try it. It's easy. There's the app. There's the website. Go try it. I would appreciate it. It supports the channel. Prizepicks.com, guys. Use promo code HoopsNerd. All right, what's there to say about the Charlotte Hornets other than that they are maybe the saddest basketball team in the NBA? Probably the saddest basketball team in the NBA. I was looking here. Let's bring up our thing here. I'm gonna bring me down. Hopefully, you're not too sad about that. But this team is awful. They are awful, and there is like nothing about them that's interesting. And I know tonight they did not have LaMelo Ball, so you know there's been a lot of hype about LaMelo Ball, but recently that's really kind of fallen off. I believe he's shooting a much better 3-point percentage this year. I can't believe James Bouknight is not even getting minutes. By the way, I thought there was a lot of people that really liked him in the draft. He can't even get minutes for this team. Are you kidding me? That's crazy, actually. I would not mind taking a flyer on him just because I think this team is so poorly coached, so poorly run, so poorly everything. It's crazy. I mean, it's so bad. You watch this team play, and it is just like, it's like, no, like the diuretic where you lose your heart rate. It is like bad. Gordon Hayward doesn't like basketball anymore. Schooley's right. He is washed. He's terrible. I feel bad for him after that injury, but he is absolutely terrible. I mean, it's like, 4 for 7 from the field, 11 points, 4 turnovers. I mean, just rough stuff. And he's making $30 million a year. And LaMelo, if you like LaMelo, I don't know. LaMelo Ball does a lot of fun things, and he's flashy and whatnot, but it hasn't really converted into big time winning. I mean, I guess there was that one season where they were like, just out of the playoffs and everything, but man, they are bad. And they lose their one what's his name? I forgot his name, that for the assault stuff, and so they lost a player for nothing that was going to be kind of a cornerstone player for them. But man, I forgot his name. It's not even worth remembering on what happened, but just bad. And so honestly, they're kind of just starting from scratch again next year when they get their pick, and it's going to be a high pick. I mean, where are they sitting after tonight? Another loss. They're number 3 right now. They can't even be worse than the Houston Rockets. Honestly, if you chose between Houston and Charlotte, who'd you rather be? I'd rather be Houston. Şengün looks like a player. Jalen Green scored 42 points tonight and beat the Wolves, which was nice for the Jazz. But man, Charlotte has like nothing. Like they are starting from scratch. And so, I mean, this is what you have to do when you're that bad, is you just got to get a good pick. I mean, if they get Wembanyama, that's great, but man, it feels like that's like the worst place he can go. Honestly, Houston and Charlotte are like just the worst situations for one of these stars to end up. Doesn't it feel like Charlotte is just like never going to be anything? I'm sorry, I don't care. They are so bad. They are so putrid. And, Houston right now is so poorly. I mean, it's just poorly coached. Everything's bad. And ownership in Charlotte is terrible. Michael Jordan was one of the greats ever, is the greatest of all time. Not the greatest of all time owner, I'll tell you that. My gosh. And then Houston, too. They are just, wow. It's just bad. Just bad, bad, bad. So anyways, do we even need to look at the percentages? Basically, all you need to look right here is they took 16 threes and made 2 of them. Woo! That is just giant goose egg. Just bad. Well, that's all I got to say about Charlotte. If you talk about Charlotte for too long, you get their stink on you. And so we've got to move on. So let's talk about the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz absolutely won this game because Charlotte is just horrible. I don't know if we really learn a lot from the Jazz in this one. I mean, Larry Markkinen put up big time numbers again. 25 points, 11 rebounds. Nice double-double for him. 2 assists as well and a steal and a block. I mean, he's just stuffing the stat sheet. 8 for 14 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. That's just fantastic numbers and all-star stuff, to be honest. Malik Beasley, I wrote the recap on SLC Dunk. I actually wrote 2 articles before this. You can go, it looks like Mike Conley might be interested in the All-Star Skills Challenge. So that'd be pretty cool. I actually thought that was pretty awesome because who's more skilled than Mike Conley at a variety of things, whether it's shooting, passing, whatever. Mike Conley is like the perfect choice for the Skills Challenge. I think that's pretty awesome. But anyways, Malik Beasley's had a pretty rough last, month of basketball shooting wise. It's just not really been falling. But this is now 3 games in a row where he shot 40% or more from 3. Tonight, he was 50% from 3. He's done that twice in the last 3 games. So this shooting is on the uptick. And so it either helps the Jazz win basketball games or it improves his trade value, whichever camp you find yourself in. Walker Kessler was also really solid tonight. 13 points, 9 rebounds, no blocks. This is actually just the third since in all the games Walker Kessler has started, and it's adding up. It's like 20 games. This is only the 3rd time he's played without a block. That's how crazy good Walker Kessler has been this season. Can you see that? Jordan Clarkson also just solid numbers. It's going to be an absolutely pretty fascinating trade deadline for the Utah Jazz because they have a lot of veteran players that a lot of teams would like to add to their rosters come playoff time. And Jordan Clarkson's one of them. 18 points tonight on 50% shooting. He was only a +4, which is interesting. The 3-point shot wasn't falling, but he is going to go to free agency next year and probably be on the open market and get a lot of money. And so we'll see what happens with this Jazz team. A lot of the rumors are saying basically anyone outside of Markkinen and Walker Kessler can be had, but it's just at the right price. And if other teams are willing to pay the price that Danny Ainge is asking for. We mentioned Mike Conley in the skills challenge, 14 points tonight, 3 assists. I think tonight I saw from Prop Bomb that this was like the only game in like 40 games that Mike Conley didn't have an assist in the first half, which is interesting. I mean, this Jazz team did not have to try very hard. This Hornets team is so bad. They are, just look at these advanced stats. So offensive rating, the Charlotte Hornets are the 29th offense in the NBA. And then we look at defensive rating. They are the 27th defense. They suck. Like, there's no other way around it. This Hornets team is doo-doo. They are dumpster juice. They are the stuff that leaks out of the garbage bag. They are bad. They're bad. They're so bad. Ugh. They're like your yard after winter when the dog was pooping all winter and then you have to go clean it up. That's what they are. They're bad. Jared Vanderbilt, 21 minutes. He went 0 for 3. The touch is just not quite good with him around the rim. And I don't know if it's ever going to be great, but he does do a lot of other things well. 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. I mean, that's what makes him so much fun and so interesting to a lot of teams is what he does on the defensive end. He's just kind of like a free safety in football where he can just roam around and he does so many different things. He's not like a great rim protector, but man, is he fun as like a 4 that roams around and just creates havoc. He's fantastic that way. And he can guard the perimeter. That's what makes him so interesting defender. 4 points, but he was a +10. That tells you right there about the defense. What else is there to say? Colin Sexton, he does what Colin Sexton does. He came in and he scored points. The efficiency hasn't been quite there for Colin the last 2 or 3 games, but he's normally pretty efficient. Rudy Gay helps the Jazz lose games. Ochai Agbaji is starting to trend. He's trending upward and upward more and more every game. Tonight, 3 for 7 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, he's just getting better. And really what it is with Ochai is just getting the confidence. So it was a little scary seeing him fall and hit that wrist. That was definitely not something any Jazz fans wanted to see because honestly, the rest of this season, you want to see Ochai Agbaji just getting more and more minutes and developing more and more. Because if it's one thing this Utah Jazz team needs, it's to develop their potential defenders. You know, and we'll see if Ochai ever becomes like a lockdown defender. Hopefully, fingers crossed. He's got a long ways to go as kind of an isolation defender on elite scorers. You know, one of the hardest things in this league to do is defending the elite scorers in the league. We'll see if he can become better and can kind of become a disruptor. We'll see. He's definitely got physical tools to do it, but he's got some development to do. So seeing him get hurt would not be good. You want to see him get as many minutes as you can because Ochai has a chance to be a nice piece for a long time for the Jazz, especially when the 3-ball is falling for him. Curious, where are we at? 3-wise for Ochai. He's shooting 38% from 3. That's exciting. As a rookie, 38% from 3. That is definitely something to build on. And look at this, 48% from the field. Those are really nice numbers. 48% from the field, 38% from 3. That type of efficiency is exciting. In fact, I didn't realize that was that. And I know he's only taking 3.2 field goal attempts, but what he's doing is he's taking attempts that he knows he's going to make or that are high percentage shots, like with him cutting to the basket or taking the corner 3. He's taking the good shots and he's making them. So really nice to see that Ochai is he's turning into that prototypical 3-and-D wing. You know, he probably plays more of a 2. He's 6'5", so he's not probably big enough to guard a lot of the wings in the league, but he can certainly grow as a 2 guard. And if he can guard 2s and 3s at a high level and then do that offensively, that is so valuable. But really the big thing for him is to just grow his confidence. Taylor Horton-Tucker had a nice night. The question is, was it because he played the Charlotte Hornets? I don't know, but it's nice when he gets minutes because it would be nice to see him develop into nice. He does have a lot of tools, and there are flashes with him, that make him interesting. Guys, I think that's all I got. I mean, this was kind of a boring one, to be honest. I mean, the Charlotte Hornets this felt like a scrimmage. Didn't this feel like preseason? I mean, Charlotte is bad. They're really bad. So let's see where we're at with Tankathon. The Jazz only have Minnesota, who did lose to the Rockets tonight. So that was really nice for the Jazz. 25 losses for the Wolves. But let's see. Oh, crud. We forgot to bring it up. Doggone it. Let's see, guys. And thank you for everyone for being here tonight. I know the season is such a grind, And so it's really nice when you guys are here with me. Let's bring this up. All right. All right, guys. So let's see if the Wolves pick, who is the last pick in the lottery. Things are not trending well for the Jazz pick-wise. They keep winning. We'll see what happens with trade deadline if that changes anything. But let's see what the Wolves do for the Jazz. Oh, number 14. So, according to the Tankathon mock draft, that gets the Jazz Anthony Black, who's really interesting. I was watching film on him. The shooting, the numbers aren't quite what you want, but he is a nice sized guard that passes the ball at a pretty nice level. I'm not going to lie. Anthony Black is actually a pretty solid pickup if you get him. And then there's guys like Jet Howard who's shooting lights out. Sensabaugh too. This is a great draft. It's a draft you want to get nice picks in. Anthony Black is a guy that I could see being pretty good. I don't know if he's going to be like that number 1 option, but I could see Anthony Black being really nice. 6'7" is good size. How's that sound, by the way? Can you guys hear me? Seems like that's pretty loud. I don't know. All right, let's see. Hey guys, that's all I got. Let's give a shout out to our all-stars tonight, the ones that make it happen. We're gonna pull this up too. I am so behind tonight, but you guys are amazing. Let's see. All right, let's do this. Let's give a shout out to the man from down under, Ezekiel Raisibe. See ya, Lexa later. Bill Ford Tough, Alexander Thuffs, Jared Vanderbilt, Jared Shanderbilt, Shan Therick, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de Bajo, Baby Elliott Matson, Jordan the Goat Besserell, Just Buckets JB, Zap Watts, TGD Total Game Domination, Christian House Money to Haas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, X marks the spot for Zintis, Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, Donald Schooley, Schooling All of Us, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Patrick Akubo, the Connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. Guys, I don't know what's going on with the Jazz right now. There's some rumors out there about some trades, but I don't know if those are going to happen. We shall see. My guess is, here's what my predictions are. Jared Vanderbilt will be traded. Malik Beasley will be traded. And Mike Conley will be traded. Those are my predictions. We'll see it if it happens. Guys, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you later.